This story's so wild it would make Joe Rogan's eyebrows raise higher than a Spotify contract. I wanted to show folks just how bad our bureaucrats are in bed with big companies and developers in the state of Florida. So I had to go find me a company town. But where would you find a company town? It would be pretty easy to find, actually. All you would have to do is find a local county who has a drag line in their county seal. Well, now that we found our company town, all we got to do is go make a video inside one of the old mines that they've turned into a park. Put that Geiger meter down right there in front of the playground, where we knew we'd find high levels of radiation. We posted this video to the internet, and then we sit back and see if the big company and the bureaucrats take the bait. While we're waiting for the local bureaucrats and the big company named Mosaic to take the bait, we'll answer questions from the local paper that reached out to us. That way we're sure that they know we've entered their small town. And just like clockwork, the local paper prints the story about our video. And they've reached out to Mosaic. Mosaic's PR person is a lady by the name of Heather Nedley. She pushes back and says I used the wrong meter, and she quotes a Florida Department of Health radiation survey that has taken place at this former mine-turned-park. What Miss Nedley didn't know is that I knew the Florida Department of Health used the wrong meter in the survey. Now this is where the story starts to get real good. Now the next part of this video involves painting a big red bullseye on your back. You send an email to every single county commissioner on the board of this company town, and you send them your findings about the Florida Department of Health survey, and you tell them that the meters were incorrect, and you show them proof. If the bureaucrats respond back to you, it's going to be something simple like, thank you for this information, and they're hoping that you don't respond back to them. You reply back and press them for an official statement. Ask what the next steps are. Are they going to close the park? Or at the very least, are they going to let the public know that this radiation survey could be flawed? I don't actually expect them to answer that email for an official statement. In fact, I know they're going to ignore it, but I'm going to wait a day, and then I'm going to hit them with a public record request. And I'm going to ask for every document, email, text message that the Board of County Commissioners might have sent the health department. And I'm going to ask for every document, including emails, text messages, or any notes that they've sent over to Mosaic, just to see really who they're working for. We the people, or they the big corporation? I know they're not going to send anything good back the first time. They're going to send me junk, and they didn't disappoint. They sent back a thing that said, hey, we're going for a tour over here at Mosaic's facility. Oh, hey, look, come on out for Benefits Day at Hardy Lake Parks. Stuff like that. They were hoping that they could fulfill a request, not send anything of relevance, and be done with it. Now that the plan is going exactly how you expected it, you submit another public record request. This time, you speak bureaucrat to them, and you tell them you sent back emails and documents to me that were non-responsive to my request. And you tell them basically to go back and do it again. When the second public record request hits, the bureaucrats just start to realize how much research you have done in this company town. They didn't know that you knew one of the county commissioners used to work in the phosphate industry for almost 4 decades. 10 of those years were at Mosaic. By this part of the plan, the bureaucrats start taking you seriously, and they fulfill your public record request correctly. And wouldn't you know, the county commissioner that used to work for Mosaic is still working for Mosaic. 3 hours after I emailed the entire board, this county commissioner by the name of Kenny Miller emails Heather Nedley of Mosaic to tell her that a Matthew Taylor has emailed the entire board of county commissioners to tell us that they used the incorrect meter. There was also emails from Mosaic's Heather Nedley to Hardy County Park's marketing manager. She was introducing them to John Williamson from the Florida Department of Health. He's the guy that does the radiation surveys. She said he's a wonderful resource. This is the guy that had to throw out 40,000 samples at the communities of Oak Bridge and Grassland because they were incorrectly taken. So is he a great resource for Mosaic, or is he a great resource for unbiased testing? Judging by the email that was sent by the road and bridge superintendent back to the park's marketing manager, I deduce that they're going to go ahead and try to scrape away the old rocks that were left over from the mining process, or they're going to cover them up with shell or milling, and then call in the Florida Department of Health and have them do another radiation scan. Why would you scrape those rocks away? Well, those rocks were down there by the naturally occurring radioactive material, and they have higher levels of radiation than the rocks on top of the surface. And the final part of my plan is to email every single news agency in the surrounding area. And when they don't cover the story, well, it shows that they don't care about actual journalism. They only care about good day, Tampa Bay. I'm Matt the Welder. God bless America, and I really miss John Candy.